giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh.
Monday, we call it second Easter day in Holland, and this is the only moment I can make a video for you today. I just take the Dutch one, so after that might as well do the English one because my children will come back in a second, and we are going to Easter brunch to my parents, and I think the Easter bunny has hid some eggs in the garden, which we can search. She always does it in a fun way to make it equal for the children. When Pien was really small, she had no chance against the boys. So my mom had a solution for that, and I'll tape it this afternoon and put it after this video so you can see how we celebrate Easter. Although she told me it will be the last year she does it because Pien will be going to high school next year, so I will have to think of a solution for next year, how we want to celebrate Easter. I've been quite busy this week. You know, I teach 3 days in a week. I'm a primary school teacher. It takes up quite a lot of time as well, time consuming, and I like to cycle to my work. And this year, this month, I'm going to start on another school on the Monday. A friend of mine called me and said that his colleague was going to stop. And it's only 3 months until summer holiday, and otherwise there are no teachers. But we've got a lack of teachers in Holland. So he called me and said, "Can you come and help me out for the last couple of months until summer? Otherwise they have to send the class home, and I can't get that over my heart that a class needs to be sent home. So I'm going to do that on a Monday. I don't know the name. It's a free school. It's a school where they have no digiboards and no. It's very earth. It's a head, heart, hand school, and it's very. It takes care of the thoughts of the children, and it's more slow, easygoing, very creative, very conscious. So I'm really interested in that school, how it will be. And Mathieu is going to teach me how to do it, because he went to a school like that when he was younger, and he knows a lot about it. And always when he tells me stories about it, I want to know more and more and more. So I'm very happy to be his colleague until the summer and fill up the Mondays for him. And I can be the craft teacher. So he doesn't like to knit and crochet, and that's something they do a lot at that school. So he said, you can do that on Monday. And yeah, I like that because the children know how to do it. They've been brought up with it from a very little age, young age. So that's my new sort of job until the summer on Monday. Not that I don't have anything to do, but it's yeah, I like to help out, and it's a fun school, and it's in Amsterdam too, so that brings me there. Yeah, I'm starting on Monday, and this Friday I'm going to do the class together with Mathieu just to get the hang of it, and he can tell me a little bit about the children and the methods and how they do a day at that school, because it's a little bit different than a normal school. They sing a lot, where they play outside. And then, since I cycle to school and I live in Lisse, where the Keukenhof is, all the flower fields are starting to bloom. At the moment, it's primarily hyacinths and daffodils. The tulips are coming up, so I'll make sure to make a couple of videos for you about those. And if I could only video the smell, because as soon as you get out of the front door, you smell the flowers, and it's really nice and fun to live here actually. And yeah, I like all the colors. At the moment I've only seen purple hyacinths. They use them also for the flower corso, which will be on the 20th of April. So if you're in Holland, make sure to come and visit us. It's a big flower parade with big cars driving from Noordwijk to Haarlem. And it's always fun to see. Also the Keukenhof is open, which is a bit of a distraction here for the traffic. There's a lot of traffic coming from the highway through Lisse to the Keukenhof. Keukenhof is that way and the highway is there. And we are not used to so much traffic in this little village. And there's only one way to cross the canal, and it's by a bridge where only one lane is open at a time. It works with traffic lights, and well, you can imagine the enormous traffic jam we get here. So the coming 2 months, it's not fun to try to get here with a car. So if you come by public transport, or take your bike, park your car somewhere and then bike further to the Keukenhof, or come really early. And Sandra, a friend of mine, works there, so I'll be sure to take you into the Keukenhof and make some videos for you there as well. I like going there, especially with Sandra. But I've been busy as well with knitting and crocheting. Last week in England, I was still working on Pien her Sunday cardigan, which now I have finished, apart from the buttons. I still need to do the buttons, but I need Pien for that, and she's coming home in a second, and I can fit her the cardigan, and then I know where to place the buttons, because that's a specific place. It's a cropped version, so the body is really small and the arms are very long. It's so funny to see this, but yeah, she already fitted when I had one sleeve done, and it fits. So she'll have a nice warm woolly layer to wear on her bike or in Sweden. She's very happy with it and very eager to wear it too. So that's Pien her Sunday cardigan, which I hope she'll wear a lot. See if she's knit worthy. Then there's a crochet project. I like blankets, and I like blankets with a lot of color too. And a few years ago I was at Yarndale in England, in the Dales, and Janie Craw was there, Janie Craw, and she makes beautiful patterns for blankets and shawls. And I bought this one there, the mystical lanterns shawl, but I'm gonna make a blanket from it, and I really like the colors. These are two, not so my colors, but I need more brighter ones. And I started that one too. I didn't have enough projects on my hooks already, so I thought, well, why not start a blanket, which I can do little bits at a time. I'm making it with Jamieson's Shetland Spindrift. I like the colors, I like the yarn, and I like that it's a non-superwash and it's nice and warm. So if you've got a nice woolly blanket, say in the tent in Sweden or here on the couch. And with this yarn, I think it will be very flexible, and I love the colors. Like this is pumpkin, a nice orangey color. And this one too, sort of salmon pink, cinnamon. And it's not a solid color, but a sort of variegated. Here, this green, it's just gorgeous. So I started on that. And I tend to do all the middle bits first. Oh, that's not a... So I do those little tiny middle bits, which if you've done one, you can do them all. There, a green one. And then I combine them with the next color, and I try not to do the same color around it. So this one is green and blue. Then I've got blue and green. And I lay them out on the table, and then I know, oh, that one goes with that one goes with that one. It's easy to keep track of them and which colors to use. And I like to wrap a little bit of yarn around the wrapper to see this was moss green, to keep track of the colors for, well, later, or if I run out of any, then I know which ones. And I need to make something I'm going to show you later. So all my wrappers are in here in my project bag. It still fits in here. Here you can see all the colors on the labels. Really easy to keep track. There we go. And I've got loads of colors, so it will be a very colorful blanket. And I will probably work on this in the morning, do a couple of lanterns. It's still easy to take with me. Maybe I'll take it to Sweden. And I've got a holiday coming up at the end of April. So yeah, I don't think you'll see this one often coming by, because I really, really like to knit. But we'll see how it goes. At least I started it, and it could be fun. The northeasterly is also still growing. I'll show you that later. And then the other crochet project, I told you I'm working with Kauni to make a shawl. I'm going to make it in 2 shades, and I've started on the base. I'm just going to keep it like this so you don't see the shape. It's brown. I'm going to combine it with all the pinks here in the basket. The light pink, the brighter pink, the burgundy. And I'm going to make another shade, with blue, mustard yellow and brown, because I think they go nice together. But you could make it any color you want, of course. Since I don't crochet a lot with this thin yarn, I had to look for the right hook. So I started out with a 2.5 millimeter, and then it was way too stiff for a shawl. So I changed now to a 4.5 millimeter, and now I like the texture. It's nice and flexible. I also like the shape so far. You can fold it in half and put it around your neck, or you can just keep it the shape it is and tie it around your neck. It will keep it nice and warm. And also the yarn is 100% wool. It's a non-superwash, so it will get softer while you wear it. It needs around in the washing machine. And with this one, I'm first doing the base. I'm at the boring bit at the moment. It's the same stitch, and just it goes on and on and on. But when the base is done, I'm going to make my shapes, cut them out of paper, and then lay them on the base, just to see how big I would like them to be and how many there should be, to make the process a little easier. Otherwise I would crochet it, and then it would have to fit, and that I might do something which I don't want to do, and then I have to keep frogging it and redoing it. So I think for this one it's better to cut them in paper and to space them out a little, and to see how it will look. So that's the Kauni shawl in process. Maybe I will keep you updated on that. I'm not sure. It's fun though to see how a process like that goes. Because it's a boring at the moment, the base, I know it will be better when I get to the designing part of the crochet items. I tend to do 15 minutes on this one, and then 15 minutes on my knitting project, and then 15 on this one again, because I like to keep it moving so that it will eventually finish. Or 20, or 20 housework, that is also a nice one. Or 20 minutes in the garden, which I've also been doing this week. So that's how I go about a project when it gets a little bit boring to do. So that's enough on the Kauni project at the moment. Stick my hook in there. My knitting project is this one. I started another Felix cardigan, this time in Lettlopi yarn, this one. It's oatmeal color, and it's shade 1419, and I like Lettlopi. It's such a nice yarn to work with. It's from Each Texture brand. And my Sunday cardigan is from Allofosslopi, which is bulkier than this one. And the more you wear it, the softer the yarn gets. It gets fluffy as well. It's a really nice warm woolen layer. So I can't wait to finish this one. I chose for oatmeal because that goes with nearly everything in my wardrobe. I like to wear bright clothes. I also have loads of bright cardigans, not knitted by myself, but that pile is growing too. And this one goes with nearly everything. Also this nice blouse. So that's why I chose for oatmeal. And I find that the second time you do a pattern, it's easier. Because now I know what the stitches mean, what the abbreviations mean, why the holes are there. It's not a mistake by me, but it's supposed to be in the pattern. So here you can see the raglan on the sleeve again. And my stitch markers who keep track of what I'm doing. Very handy little guys. And this one fits. I'm going to make the sleeves a little bit thinner on this one because on my purple one they're a bit wide, which is not a problem. But on this one I want them more tightly fitted. So I'm going to change the pattern a little. I wonder how that will go. And I've already fitted this one. And I know this fits because I'm doing the same size. But I really like the look of it. And I know this one will be one of my favorites. Also for the cooler summer nights in Sweden. Or even here in Holland. And then of course going through to autumn and winter. So this will be a really fun one to wear as well. Good pattern to do. And it's nicely combined with my little bit boring work at the moment. So 15 on this one. I really have to make myself put it down because I like working on this cardigan and to see it grow. And my knitting even gets tidier. I'm making progress. See all my stitches. So I'm happy with that. Proud of myself. Especially after finishing the cardigan for Pien as well. Then, since it's Easter, I thought I'd show you this little guy. He is felted and made by Ilse from Wolschatten. He's got a spotted red and white egg with him today in his crochet basket, which is on his back. And Ilse is, she creates figures of wool. And I like that he's so fluffy and he really looks like a bunny. So he's back there on my Easter table, waiting to be able to hide his egg so I can have a look for it. And I'm going to do a mixed media workshop with Ilse. I'll show you what we're planning on that. We would like to do a book cover. So this is it. She did the felting bit already. It's a meadow, this one. It doesn't have to be a meadow. You can do a sea landscape or a vase full of flowers or a forest or no flowers at all. You can only do embroidery. So in the morning you'll be felting with Ilse. She'll be doing the base of the cover with you. And then in the afternoon you can add crochet embellishments or embroidery embellishments, which I will be teaching. And then at the end of it, you will have a nice book cover, which you can, depends on how you sew it together, reuse it so that you can take it off and put it on another one. Or with a hot glue gun, add it to your book and then it's stuck there and then you can keep making a new one once you got a new book. I think I'm going to do that with this one. And it could be a craft book where you can keep track of your crafty projects, a recipe book, a diary. It could be your notebook for grocery shopping. You could gift it to somebody, imagining getting a special gift like this. And since it's Mother's Day in May in Holland, it could also be a gift to your mum that you do the workshop together and each have a nice book at the end. So lots of things to think about there. I've just made this one as an example so you can see what the idea is for the mixed media. So that's a really nice workshop coming up. Looking forward to do that. It's 15th of May in Gouda with Ilse in her atelier, but I'll put the link in the show notes down below. I'm going to do that. Then after my last video, I got an email. no, a message on Instagram from Ilse. She saw my bunting, or the doilies coming in from my mum from Australia, and she said, Ellen, I just finished a project and I have some doilies left. Do you mind me, may I send them to you so you can make them into bunting for your creative festival, Fear? So yes, of course you can send them. So when I came back from England, Ilse had sent me a nice package full of really lovely doilies. And I have already made them into bunting. So here you can see the idea. So Fear is a creative festival I'm organizing for the 3rd time. It's in a forest. And I like to create surreal places there that are, you only imagine them, but you don't come across a table in the forest completely set with nice dishes. Or last year we had chairs and lampshades, spotted ones in the trees with those pool lights you can use on the camping. So in the evening I would pull them on, and then there was this nice place where you could sit and chat or just sit and enjoy the forest and the night creatures coming out. So each year I try to think up some more special places for people to enjoy. And this year I wanted some doily bunting. Of course, you can never have enough bunting. So this one was a really big one, and I folded it in half and then added neon yellow crochet line to it. There's a smaller one. And then here is one of my favorites, a flowery one. So I just crochet along the top of it and add it to the bunting. It looks nice, doesn't it? Imagine this between the green trees. Another small one. And then a pink one. I can't do these doilies, it's too much counting for me. And this one is a really nice one. It's a big one and there's a rose inside. So yes, I'm looking forward to hanging these up. It's the end of May, beginning of June, a 3-day festival, and you sleep in tents from Betere Boerenbed on the premises. Just gonna fold this up. So I will keep these on the attic until Veer is there, and then I can't wait for them to be in the forest. I'll make sure to make a lot of footage for you guys so you can see what it's all about. So it's you can do workshops there. It's soap making or a nature walk and picking, learning about plants we can actually eat. There are so many plants we can eat which we don't know about. There's also somebody, Corina from Red Cherry, coming for raku. So you can make a bowl with the raku method. It will be raku method, sorry. It will be made there in a fire, and we've got Oya bracelets, so you can make these bracelets. And loads more, and it's really nice because everything is included in the price. So the food and the workshops and all the materials. It's always great fun. Only 60 people can join. It's very small scale. And the bunting is for Veer. So that's a nicely growing pile. Then I would like to show you these buddies. Give them a nice background. These ones are made by Siska. Oh, hold on to them. She lives in the north of Holland and she makes these nice peg dolls. And this Easter she had bunnies. And I like the details she makes, like the apron and the little bow in their ears. And I have a window in my kitchen which I change due to the season or a festive day. And now it's Easter with lots of bunnies and flowers. But with Valentine I have these lips or hearts there. And with Christmas, of course, it's a Christmas window. And in summertime a lot of sun comes through that window. So I have these cake plates which I set there, or my flower plates. And at the moment it's bunnies and she makes really nice ones. So I just wanted to show you those since it's Easter. Another project this week was my yarn cabinet. I used to have acrylic on this side and my nice hand-dyed special yarns on this side, which I collected throughout the years from New York and Denmark and Sweden. But now I used to buy just one skein if I came across something I liked, which didn't matter for the crochet projects I did, because one skein is enough for a couple of flowers or an edge on something. But now I'm knitting, it's a whole different story, because for one piece you need 4, 5, 6 skeins of yarn. So I needed to change my cabinet a little. Also, the weight is a thing in the knitting world. Whereas with crochet I didn't mind. If the yarn was thin, it would be a smaller flower, and if the yarn was thick, it would be a thicker flower. Or I would use the yarn double if I wanted it thicker. But with knitting, it's a whole different story. So in patterns, there is now nicely stated which type of yarn you need. And well, I have a couple of patterns I want to make, so I went to my yarn storage, and then I thought, oh, I only have 1 skein of that, or 2 of that. Or 1 type of yarn, but in 5 different shades. Well, which is not really, then it becomes a really nice color palette. So I needed to change it a little, which I did. So I cleared out all the acrylic up in the top 4 shelves. And now I've got my Lettlopi together, my Allofosslopi. Here is the Svensk Ull, which I want to make a cardigan with, but all together, so I don't have to look for them in my house. And now it's a little bit toned down because, well, of course, 5 skeins of each is like a block of color in your cupboard. Whereas on this side, you have all the yellows together. I only have 1 skein of those. So I sorted them all out. And now I also have place for displaying other items I have and I really like cones of yarn. I've got this brooch in here as well, which goes nice with the blue. And on this side, like baskets, old knitting needles, old sewing baskets, the chickens I made, buttons. This one is also nice. My pin cushion house. So yeah, I really like that it's now organized and I can look for it. So now if I have a pattern and it says you need sporty yarn or DK weight, I can look in my cupboard and see, okay, I've got not so much DK weight. I've got enough for like the color work, but I need something for the base. So there's a pattern, the Alpine Bloom sweater I want to make. And I have colors for the color work, but I don't have enough of the same weight for the body. So I contacted Antonita from Wol uit het Zuiden. And I showed her the pattern I want to make. I showed her the yarn I already have. And asked her if she had a base color in the color I would like, which could go together with those yarns. And she helped me really well. So I ordered the base from her and it's coming next week, so I'll show you. And I can't wait to start that one. I want to make a cardigan. There's a t-shirt pattern and a sweater, so I need to stick it or change it somewhere to make a cardigan from it. But yeah, I like it with flower yoke. So that's really nice. And another tip I have for you guys. If there is a yarn I use a lot, I like to make these. So at the moment it's Lopi. If I come across Lopi yarn, and I've got a couple of skeins in my storage now for projects I want to make, I take a little bit of the yarn and turn it into little skeins. Add a paper with the color number on it. Let's check if I did this one okay. Yeah. So because I think ordering a color from a screen is really difficult, and now I have them here, so I might as well make my own color table from them. So next time I think I need blue for a sweater or blue for something, because not everything stays in my house. I can now have a look at, oh yeah, that was that blue, and then look on the screen for a different kind of blue or the same one. So at the moment they're together. This is the Allofosslopi and this is the Lettlopi. And I just put them on one of those rings which open and close. But you could use anything really, a piece of yarn. But this really helps me make a choice. And I've got them of other different yarns which I tend to use a lot. So this is the Bio Balance from BC Garn. I've got a couple of skeins from that. This was also in my Florence shawl. So here I can check which colors go nicely with it, or the width of the yarn, what goes nice with it as well. Sorry. So yeah, I like to do that. and my collection is growing, so I'll be doing it with the svensk wool as well, because I use that a lot, and other kinds of yarn, just to keep track of them, and that I have my own color palette here at home, so I can see which colors there are. So that might help you as well with projects. It certainly helps me, and I just keep them here on a pin in my cupboard, and I think it really looks nice. Let's put it like this. There we go. So I think I've told you about everything I wanted to tell you. I'm ready to get for my children to arrive to celebrate Easter, go on an Easter egg hunt. I hope your Easter is as enjoyable as mine is, and that you have a very nice week with a little bit more sunshine and a lot of creative experiences, and or gardening time if you want, if you're into gardening. And I hope to see you next time. when it's Easter, my mom always hides the eggs in the garden and she makes for every child a list with what they need to look for. And this year she made one in English to make it a little bit more difficult for them. So on the list is described which eggs they need to look for. And this year she also made a ruler along the sides so they know what size the eggs are that they're looking for. They keep to the list. And this is a very handy method if you've got children in different ages. Because when Pien was young, like really young, she could just walk. The boys were always too fast and got to all the eggs before she could. And this way they have to stick to the list and may only put in their bucket what they find and what is actually on the list. And the children love it. And each year it's a big success.